What is the biggest challenge that actually entrepreneurs are facing? Funding?
Customers.
Marketing.
Marketing? Partners. Okay, but what's the most important thing in a startup?
Spending time on stupid things.
Idea.
That's the funniest thing.
Idea.
Idea? Okay.
No, taking the prototype to the actual product. That's the worst part.
And then going to the market and sees that the market doesn't need it.
Yeah, this is the worst part.
So it's not, now you're the first and the second. What's the most important?
This is the first thing.
That's the first most important thing. I like it. He's a diplomat. He's better than Bibi. Okay.
Because taking prototype to product.
One word. What is the most important thing in a startup?
Defining the problem.
One word.
Problem.
One word.
MVP.
No, one word. Help me. Huh? I'm going to sit. I'm going to take my seat here. You continue. What is the most important thing? No? You know it.
Market.
Money.
Customer. Believe.
Founders?
Founders. Thank you. Founders. 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 Okay. What's your name?
Mete.
Founders. Mete, do you have a startup? Yes. How many founders?
One.
How many founder? One. Okay. Good. What's your background?
Physics.
Okay. That's okay. The most important thing, team. Okay? It's okay to be alone, better to have someone around you. Because as an individual, before you raised money, it's very hard to trust you. Okay? Regarding the idea, most of the chances that you would like to reach this point, okay? But at the end of the way, the idea, okay, it's important. But the most important thing is to have founders that understand the market, they have strong tech abilities, they are able to execute, they are flexible, they have the passion. This is very important. Why am I saying that? Because some of you screen entrepreneurs, and there are criteria that are coming to your office, and you would like to get them as part of your, I would say, entrepreneurial program. You have to define the key elements of who you're getting into the program, okay? Now, I have a problem with you coming alone, but because you have tech abilities, I would say, okay, because people can sell many stories. Now, you can bullshit me for 2 hours, but once I know that you can execute, I'm leaning forward and I say, okay, maybe there is something there. So at this point, this is the most important thing, okay? Now, as a crowdfunding expert, I will ask you a question. We have product and we have team. If I would like to take my product online and raise money, what's more important, the product or the team?
Product. If not only one product.
If you have a good team, you can improve the product.
Okay, good. But when I go online, people they don't know who the team is, yeah? It's like, hey, what is it? What's more important, the product or the campaign? There is no team. They just see a video of 2 minutes. They read about you a little bit, and then they decide to invest, to support you with $100, $200, $300, $3,000 sometimes in one clip. They don't know you personally. So what's more important, the product or the campaign? Let's divide into percentage.
40 product, 60 campaign.
You say 40.
80, 20. 80 campaign, 20.
That's the right answer. That's exactly what it is. So it means that you can have an okay product, but a very good campaign, okay, and you can win. So funding is a problem. It's a challenge. It takes time. You need to have strong rank. You need to have strong, I would say, branding in the market, that your startup is well known, you're featured, and so on and so forth, that some bloggers wrote about you, that you are the next big thing, that you are updated in the technology. But the most important thing is to have flexible, strong team. Now, let's assume that you have the team. Okay? Today, you raised money? No. Nothing. So, you are at the beginning of the ideation, bootstrap level. Okay? Maybe it can be more than ideation. MVP, I don't know, maybe you have something working, but it's still bootstrapping. Okay? What is the next step usually? After bootstrapping? Seed. Today, there is something that is a little bit more famous, okay? The pre-seed, okay? Then, seed. Then, round A, round B, and then, I hope, IPO, exit, round C, hopefully not. Okay, hopefully yes, whatever. There are new 1,000 startup companies in Israel this year. How many closed? 600. Okay? Last year.
1 year.
Yeah. 1,000 new one, 600 closed. Let's assume that the outcome of the 1,000 is like when Nokia broke all over. The leftovers of Nokia created amazing startups. So each startup that actually fails creates new generation, more experienced founders that knows their market better, that add experience on spending your money, your money, your money, and now they will raise money and they will be smart. Maybe yes, maybe not, yeah? And then they will need to go through this process. And you said, oh, Oren, we have a problem because in order to get this funding, we need government and we need private sector mainly, okay? There is always a match between government and private sector in the risk levels. The risk levels usually are up to here. Risk means that the company and the product is not mature yet. So your ability to understand whether it's a good company or not is actually to know the team. And it's very hard to know the quality of the teams. But you invested a little bit money and then a little bit more. And there is also buzz in the market about, what's your name? Meta. So Meta is a good entrepreneur, he created amazing MVP by himself. This is where you need to make the right decision. When we start with pre-seed, seed, round A, round B, we need to find channels for each one of them. And as we said, channels that does not exist maybe here or maybe here, so what do we do? Okay? Today, if you would like to raise money, what do you do?
Go to pitch startup events.
Where?
Usually maybe Europe.
Europe. So Web Summit, so on. How many of Turkish startups you're familiar with that raised money?
Raised money from government or raised money for
Raised money, other people's money. The way you call it, OPM. Not their money, not friends, not family, no grandma.
angel investors?
Angel, venture capital.
Less than 1%.
Hmm?
Less than 1%.
Less than 1%? You know, but some that raised? Who is familiar with startups that raised money? You. Okay, how much money they raised?
The first round was about 500.
500,000.
Yes, Turkish liras. Then second one,
Here in Turkey.
here in Turkey,
Who are the investors?
Asanova.
What is it?
Angel
investor.
Angel.
Investor.
Well known?
Yeah, well known.
Like 212 and so on?
Old money, super angel.
Okay, very active.
He was the ecosystem for 3 years.
He was. He's like walking out in the ecosystem. Okay, it's good. We have someone like
The
him.
other one is ACT, DCP.
How much money?
They got, I think, 200,000 euros.
Okay. So the rest, like 120 and then approximately 200. Okay.
I don't know the shares.
What's going on with them today?
One is growing, I can see that, but There was a second round for one, but the other ones just take the investment. So,
Okay.
Yeah, they're
What actually happens in our case study, okay? I bring the Israeli model. People are bootstrapping. It takes something like 1-2 months. Usually they mix it in between working for a multinational and then at night coding, creating some MVP, or they say, okay, we graduated from a university, we can decide whether to work for a corporate or start our journey, okay? Now, there is kind of a cliche, startup nation, everywhere you go there are startups. It's not like that, because when you go into the university, students are first of all students. They're not entrepreneurs, all of them, and they don't want to change the world. They are geeks, students, study engineering, studying philosophy, studying computer science. Our rule is to move them a little bit, to shake them, to show them other ways. Many of them won't choose to become entrepreneurs the day after, but they will go and work for the industry, and it's going to be somewhere in their brain that says it's possible to become an entrepreneur in 1, 2, 3 years. This is the big change we're doing, okay? Changing people's mindset, and it takes time. And then they are coming back. They have some experience. They could be just graduates, or they could be kind of with 2, 3 years in the industry with some experience, worked for, example, for PayPal for 3 years, one of my friends, Tali. And then they start alone. They develop while they work. So risk management, okay? Jumping into the water for the entrepreneurs, please create the right set of expectations with them. What do I mean by creating the right set of expectations? Entrepreneurs, for yourself. If you are in a startup program or you are part of some initiative, it doesn't mean that tomorrow you are going to be the next big thing, okay? It means that most of the chances, 99%, you waste your time, so at least, like he said, let's have fun along the way. That's most of the chances. That's reality, okay? That's A. B, on your side, okay, ecosystem leaders, university representatives, if you build a structure for entrepreneurs, set the right expectations. If you were able to raise $20,000 for them, $30,000 for them, explain them that you got the money here, 30,000K, up to, let's say, 120,000K, usually. The top, like Y Combinator, Techstars, and so on, they will give you up to this amount of money. It doesn't mean that this stage is 100% guaranteed to you. It doesn't mean that you are going to get up to about $1 million. Okay, setting the right expectations. How do you actually make it closer? Okay, so first of all, as I said, the biggest challenge is there is Turkey and there is the world, okay? Because if we say there is Israel, without this zero, we don't care about Israel. It's a small market. This is a beta market. It's good just to test the product, to have our development. But first thing you do when you get the money here is make sure that what you have now looks 100%. Because you are always going to be on a beta mode. Google is beta, YouTube is beta. Most of the products in the world, especially IT, are beta. They're always changing. Content is changing. So you can't reach the perfect product. But you have to reach the perfect presentation according to your situation. The perfect story. Okay? If you just started and you don't have anything, you have just this PCB with some lights, but you have to have the best PPT and the best one-pager and the best pitch. If you have 5 employees and you are planning to have 20, you have to have today with the 5 employees the best pitch and the best material. It means that you are going to be always on beta, and while you are on beta, you have to be the best on beta to show that this is the best potential in the market. This will create trust here, okay? It's very hard to define the valuation of the company here. How much money you would like to raise?
Like
1 million. And if I'll give you my best $1 million, what do I get in return?
you get about around the globe every year 20% higher.
Every year. No. How much your company worth now?
Sorry.
What is the valuation? How much the company worth? What's the company worth? It's like 2 million, 3 million, 4 million, 5 million. How much money the company worth? If you sell me the company today,
Yeah.
how much do I need to pay?
It's free for now.
It's free for now. So I give you $1 million and I get nothing because it's free.
Yeah.
So why do I need to give you $1 million?
Because we got plans, we got perfect.
You got plans? Okay. How much plans worth? Okay, let's define his valuation together, okay? He got plans. He got some nice MVP. Okay, he wants to raise $1 million. Let's agree, all of us, that you are a big dreamer, okay? And that's a problem with entrepreneurs. It's good on the one side, but on the other side, realistic, okay? You can raise in your situation not more than $50,000 just to check who you are. But let's analyze it. You got plans. How much plans worth?
50 lira?
Hmm?
50
Lira.
lira?
Lira in Israel, we use it as the old coin, and shekel is the new. So when we say like lira about something, it's like I give you old money. It doesn't worth anything. So he wants to give you Turkish, not Israeli lira. So it's better. I will give you an Israeli lira, which worth nothing. Okay? Really. Not in a bad wood, in a very good one, because you need to understand the process. If you don't know what you're asking, don't ask. You have to be prepared for your pitch. Now, this is the day when I kill you and you change all your mindset, okay? You have to be prepared to ask for money, how much money, and what do you want to give in return. You go out, you meet people, you meet partners. What's your valuation? Million.
Asking for 250K
Okay, why?
to reach a
Loud. So the valuation is 1 million, and you're asking for 250.
yes,
Why?
to reach a product that is able to go on Kickstarter and raise money.
Indiegogo.
Yes.
Sounds better.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm kidding. Okay. You have any partners? We say no. Let's assume that I would like to be your partner, and I'm an expert on crowdfunding. Okay?
Sounds great.
So I'm not going to invest any dollar, but I'm going to be your co-founder and help you. How many shares do I'm expected to get?
Maybe 10%.
10%. So you actually will give me, just to be your partner, $100,000 because you worth $1 million. So I want to be your partner.
Yeah.
So you give me 10% now. That's it.
Sounds good.
Really?
Yeah, because we were gonna spend money on
That's the
marketing.
best deal I did. $100,000 in a minute. Okay, that's good. Post money or pre-money? Pre-money. Okay. The 250 post or pre-money? Pre? Sure?
Yeah.
What's the difference?
Because we're gonna spend money on marketing, and if you're gonna help us, that's gonna change the game a lot.
What do you think, post or pre?
Pre.
Pre? Why?
But I'm planning to 30% free after we
Okay.
prove myself, my corporation. After.
Okay. Can I invest on convertible loan? Yeah. And safe?
I don't think that works here in Turkey, so we're gonna have to check.
Okay.
Legislation is there, but it hasn't been used yet.
Okay. That doesn't matter. What matters for me is that while I'm talking with him, I understand that he understands more or less reasonable valuation. He has a problem with building investing program because he didn't deal with partners. Okay, you don't know me. I'll take your 10% and I'll go home back to Israel and you're not going to hear, then you're going to run after me. There is a vesting process you have to build. So what I'm saying is be ready. I like the pre-money, post-money, he knows his valuation, he knows what he gives. This is how you are prepared, okay? Most of the youngsters, they are not prepared. And I'll tell you one more thing. Saying a valuation of $1 million, okay? It's throwing something to the air. You could say 700 or 1.2 million and so on and so forth, okay? The second you said $1 million, I want to know why. And you have to share this why with me. Same you, okay? You have to be prepared to say, this is the valuation. I know if it's post-money or pre-money, okay? And I know how I want this money. Now, you don't know, maybe we will build a structure that is based in Cayman Islands and we will invest the money there. So you have to control and know how your term sheet is going to look like, because opportunities, they come and go very fast. And one of the challenges, especially with tech guys like you, is that they don't understand legal and finance, and the minute they get an opportunity, they lose it because they are not ready for this opportunity. So be ready with your ability to decide on the term sheet that is relevant for you and the valuation that is relevant for you. Okay? Pre-seed level. Try to go on the pre-seed level through. See other startups who were their initial investors, global one, okay? And approach them. It works. You won't believe how much it works. And the nice thing is you have to be creative there. If you are creative, they are open to invest. I'm talking mainly about friends, family, and Facebook. Okay? Reach people through Facebook. That's the new 3F today. Friends, family, Facebook. Okay? No fools anymore. Most of the investors are professionals. Most of them. They will ask friends. They have common people, people that know the industry. So use the network for that. Start with your own network. Okay? But your own network mainly in order to get advice. And tell them, I'm stupid. I'm not coming to raise money. I come to listen to your feedback. Okay? I'm not talking about banks and loans and so on. Don't be there. This is a waste of time. This is not raising money. This is the pre-seed level. On the seed level, pre-seed level, of course, we have grants, we have competitions, we have accelerators, and there is tons of money exists there, non-equity, up to the $100,000, non-equity. Just now I got a text message from Or. He developed High Control. They won the Shivas competition. He got a few $100,000, non-equity, by a competition. It's a grant. Okay? So look for those channels, because those channels will give you mentorship, which is one of the most important things, and will give you non-equity money that will allow you to run. So this is on the pre-seed. Friends, family, Facebook, outreach, and then all the grants, competitions, and programs that they exist, tons of them. Seed level. Seed level is challenging. Okay? This is actually the problem starts here with the round A. Seed level is challenging because you have to look to the expect the unexpected. Okay? And here you defined who you are running with in terms of your team, your co-founders, and your key investors. And you have to make sure that on the expect the unexpected, you are not going to have problematic investors here. Okay? They are the same investors. Especially here, we are talking about the angel network. Okay? That again, you are in Turkey, don't limit yourself to Turkey. If you don't limit yourself to Turkey, you're open to the global market. US, Israel, Germany, and so on. And guess what? They want talent. Take into consideration the second thing, they want you close to them. So if you are, I would say, going to waste your time into going to the Silicon Valley, they are going to invest, but they want to see you sitting there close to them. So don't say, okay, I'm going to raise money, I'm coming back to, it's not going to work. You have to be there. You can have some of your team going back to act local, based in Turkey. But in your milestone planning, you got the money, you need to move there. Same on the acceleration program. Use online channels. You have TechCrunch, Crunchbase, AngelList, open. Just one thing. They're getting. We launched our venture capital at Tel Aviv University several months ago. Since then, we get on a weekly basis, and it's not active yet. We are not investing. We have a startup, people send us startups, they send startups, waste of time, okay? We get tons of deal flow, not relevant. So once you try to get this deal flow, first of all, improve your rank, look for a contact, okay? And be ready with the material. Don't approach before that. Look for contact, prepare yourself, and know how to answer the questions. It exists. Be creative in creating the call for them. Shani, hey, nice to meet you. I saw that you studied at Tel Aviv University. Your teacher told me that you are a mega investor today. Remember the lecturer, the crazy one from the university? So we, both of us suffer from her. This is a common story, okay? There was a startup in Israel, they are doing delivery. They invented something that kind of an app that you use, it delivers things according to whatever. They needed someone strong on their board that is coming from for a big delivery a company in the US. And there was a CEO or a founder, I don't remember, of one of the biggest companies. So they were following her social media, and they saw that she's crazy about her dog. So what I did is they actually sent her, from her delivery company, they sent her a present from her dog. So they actually they used their company, they used something that she likes, and they actually sent her some message from her dog that they knew that she's crazy about her dog, saying, you are the best mom in the world, and I wanted to give you a present. We didn't have some time to talk because you work hard in the company. And if you have some time, just give me a call. XYZ from Israel, we have a new startup. We'd like to get your feedback. She called him. She was so excited. Now, imagine the other side of most of the entrepreneurs that I work with. Hey, nice to meet you. We have a startup. We'd like to get your feedback when you have time. Boom. So they spent $50, okay? Be creative. It's all about that. Round A. This is a problem, okay? Everywhere you go, okay? There are more funds today that are legit for that. Still, there are angels that would like to syndicate. I think that here, government is very important in match funding. I don't know what the programs are, but look for them. Most of the people complain about government not being involved, but things exist, so just look for them. First of all, before you complain. That's A. B. Valuation in some ecosystems is higher than others, okay? So you're going to raise money, check what's going on around other markets, okay? And here, of course, once you raise money, not like in the seed area, once you raise money here, they want to see you for sure there, for sure. Here, it's less relevant because you're a stable company. They can check your P&L, they can check the finance to see how good you are or not, the product, the clients, they can ask. So it's becoming less relevant on the development side, development phases. Here it's more challenging. Bottom line, it's the same process. Create trust, improve your rank, look for contacts, and be creative in the way you approach them, okay? Don't recycle the common things, the common jokes, okay? Because jokes, we see all those jokes in presentations and so on. Same things, repeatable, everyone thinks that is the next Donald Trump, okay? Don't do it. Be very focused and have your clear call to action. But once I don't know you, as I said before, I expect to have this. If it's by face-to-face meeting, if it's by email, okay? What do you know about me? Usually nothing, okay? And if you get kind of an introduction, so meet my friend, he is doing ABC. What do I want you to know about me? Okay, so you came here and presented. You need to know, you need to share with the people that you studied X. You have Y years of experience. You had 3 startups. You need to share that with them, that people will understand how strong you are in the specific field, in energy. So people don't know anything. This is 0 here. And you want them to know that you are strong in energy. And then you share 3 examples with them, okay? Numbers, examples, X years of entrepreneurship, Y companies, okay? And I've raised X amount of dollars for my previous startups. And then, what's my call to action? This is it. It's easy. You can do it in 30 seconds, and you can do it in 10 seconds, or in 1 hour meeting, okay? But this is the process you need to bear in mind for each meeting that you are having your calendar need to be, especially as entrepreneurs when you don't have much time, planned like that. Okay? Most of the times, as an entrepreneur, you're not going to prepare yourself. Yeah? So me, as a one-pager guy, okay, like I got this from, what's your name? Mustafa. Problem, solution, potential, competition, execution, financials, the team. We have a team of 9 members from engineering and management fields who managed to successfully accomplish R&D studies in 2 years. In the following period, we plan to hire employees experienced in marketing and sales. Good. One of the most important things for me, I don't know you, I don't know the company. You raise nice amount of money for now, okay? You are more or less seed round A area, okay? But from this, I can't get your strength. Because it's okay to start or to end with the team, but the team does not say anything about you, okay? Nothing, nothing. So you have to create strengths. Usually strengths, in Israel we have tech army units. We actually give most of the prestigious to the one that were the geeks in the army, because they have to be on the top of technology, cyber and so on. The university guys, for us it's important, what they studied and so on, but only if they were geeks and studied something that is relevant, they get more credit. Outside, like Singapore, it's the same, because they have also those tech units. Outside of that, you have to show me how unique you are. 9 employees, 9 members, for me, it's too much on the run rate. Because as an investor, I see that you have X funding, that you raised the funding where? When? I'm sorry? When did you raise the money? Okay, so I'm worried about 9 employees, okay? Let's say 10 to make it easy for calculation. 10 employees, salaries, socials, expenses, offices, very not lean. So I need to know that this team is not 2 developers and 9 or 7 sales that are all day schmoozing in the company, okay? I need to know the strength. So keep it simple. Competition is good, but what do we do? Why do we do it? How do we do it? Okay, you can add some of the competition. Team is one of the most important things. You are still in the early stage, still. Revenues, okay, you have product. I need more trust. If you are not going to create this trust, keep it simple. What, why, how, okay? Then add team, add competition, slight strengths. But again, call to action, okay? If you want me to have a call to action, because I get a one-pager, I understand what you want. You want investment. That's clear, okay? If I would, for the next step, now I get this, and I would like to send it to my friends, okay? Several VCs, okay? I need to be sure that you represent my reputation, okay? And I don't know who you are. I don't have the timing to learn who you are because there are many one-pagers. So try to make sure that this will serve your call to action. The call to action is clear. You want to raise money, okay? And it's very detailed, and I like it. Looks professional. But this is supposed to be stronger. So in terms of funding, how to get into it? Funding, it's always a process. You raised the seed money. You get $30,000, you didn't raise any money, always look for funding. Always look for funding. A good CEO has 2 strengths today. He knows marketing or financials, okay? And both of them today brings to the ability of how to pitch and raise money or how to manage your money, okay? 2 strengths that you have to have, one of them in a big scale. Focus on raising money. It doesn't really matter if you just got into Y Combinator, you got your $120,000, focus on raising the rest next round. You have to focus on raising money now. Without money, you're dead, okay? Focus always on raising money. This is rule number 1 in raising money. Second thing, be creative. Third thing, use contacts. Most of the people that you would like to get exist somewhere in your contacts. How do you do it? Go to the bottom of the rank on your contacts. There are people there. They need to know, hey, I started a new journey. How many of you, entrepreneurs, send to all their contacts, hey, I started a new journey in my life. I'm not an employee of whatever, Microsoft, and I have my own startups. It's doing A, B, and C. And on a monthly or quarterly basis, you just email them. Just to share my personal background, I'm now having yada, yada, yada. Why? Because maybe out of those 3,000 people, one is relevant. His father did something that is in the area. You don't know what they know, okay? So you have to be all in. In fundraising, you're all in. In the startup process, you're all in. If you lose the momentum, you didn't raise money, you are 12 months doing development, or you are in the same status but you exist for 2 months, I will prefer the 2 months exist. Okay? People will ask you, when did you raise your last funding? If it's going to take too much time, you didn't raise money for 3 years, something there is fishy. Okay? Momentum, momentum. You raise money, boom, next phase. More money. Okay? In order to grow, it's like mass production by B2C products. In order to survive as a B2C product, one week you have to produce 5,000, and then one day you have to produce 5,000, and then 1 hour you have to produce 5,000. Always builds big scales, scalability. You have to focus on always raising more money. By, again, being creative, using channels, okay? Having the right material, even though you're always going to be on a beta site, okay? Above all that, there is the crowdfunding world, okay? I'm just going to touch this in a nutshell because crowdfunding is kind of disruptive for the world of fundraising. And it's becoming more relevant worldwide. So crowdfunding as 4-channel crowdfunding donation. We want to build this garage. Each one of us will contribute $1,000. We donated. Nice. We have a garage to sit. This is crowdfunding the donation. We have the crowdfunding royalties. Like you said before, you'll give me money, okay? And I'll give you 20% every year from revenues or something like that. This is very not common today, okay? There are some businesses that usually businessmen, they want to give $100,000 for some pizza or for some restaurant and to get some royalties on an annual basis. Less relevant on crowdfunding today. Crowdfunding reward is the most popular. Indiegogo, Kickstarter, hundreds of thousands of products, mainly B2C products, products that are tangible, means that I would like to produce this, and this costs $100,000 to produce the line and to prepare the bill of material, the cost per product, and I tell you $100,000, I need 100 people that will support me with $1,000, okay? This is reward, very famous, but the big money exists in crowdfunding equity. Crowdfunding equity is the ability to actually invest online and get shares online. This is the bottom line. Now it's a full story about legal issues, where you're based, where are the investors based, and so on. But you guys can raise through that on an international platform. Okay? It's possible. This is open and this is open. This is more for marketing tools and more tangible products. And this is more on, I would say, more money on more IT-based products. This is crowdfunding. This is disruptive economy on your side. And you can use it as well, going back to not developed ecosystem in terms of capital available. This is a good solution. Early stage, but a good solution. Okay? So your product, which is B2C or B2B2C, relevant. Okay? Your product is more relevant on the equity side. This is also a tool to learn and to get update on the process. Any questions?
How can we raise the crowdfunding for a donation for a cause, for example?
For?
A cause.
Cause, like personal cause?
Yeah.
Also here, reward can be tangible, something that you feel, and can be cause, something that is more I want to take Shani to Thailand because she spent all the time in Morocco and in Indonesia and whatever, and she didn't have the chance as a diplomat to be in Thailand. So I feel sorry. So I create a movie and I say, please support me taking Shani to Thailand. Yeah? And I need $20 from 100 people. So this is a cause, but usually cause will raise less money, and the process of establishing a campaign today costs money because you have to create PR. If we dig a little bit in terms of how to raise money and how to build, so a good campaign is based on PR, social media work, mailing list. This is why it's important to have a very strong rank, because you always start organic with your mailing list. So you said you have how many? 400,000 on your mailing. You're a big spammer. So 400,000 people will convert, okay, will convert to 10% that will maybe open the email, and then 3% that will buy. Mathematics, how much? You studied engineering. I'm accounting. How many?
1200.
Good. 1,200, okay? So if the product, reasonable product, will cost $70,000, how much money he will raise through his mailing list?
84,000.
Okay. Average product that is a good product and a good campaign will raise with 400,000 emails, more or less 84, more or less. Could be 10 and could be also 120, okay? But this is the power of mailing list, and it costs money to create it. So he is a potential investor without putting any money. You have to create your mailing list, you have to create clip, and you have to create what? Going back to how do we create a good crowdfunding campaign. PR, social media, mailing list, clip, and story is good. Content is good. Product is, it's basic. This is why you're here. There are a lot of people that, they tell stories about products. I'm not going to tell, but.
Well, do you think it is still relevant?
You have to be creative. Going to content, story, yada, yada.
Do you think it is still possible to raise money via crowdfunding, or is it more like getting exposure to raise more money from investors?
So if you are, as I said, if it's a tangible product, if it's like the smartest pen and you get it actually when you pay me this $70 per product, possible. And you get through this, usually what people get, they get funding, they get buzz, they get validation, like they get feedback about the product, they get also potential future investors. Okay? They got a lot of things through this, I would say, campaign. Not only money, a lot of many other things. It's possible. But to know that to make this good, it costs approximately $50,000. Clip, social media, mailing list, yada, yada, yada.
Approximately 60% on PR. They spent only around 60% on PR only?
No, social media.
Social media, yeah.
In Turkey right now, there's a couple trying to do this, so
Local?
they're paying for it. Local, yeah.
Bad. Local platform, I said it's bad. Local platform for cause, it's good, because usually people are engaged with their community. So you are in Turkey, you want to take a flight to Istanbul, and you don't have $300, I will support you. So personal cause, it's good because people understand the culture, but more on the product side, global market. There are big platforms, no need. It's a waste of time. What really needs is people that can do this. Expert that can build your campaign and take you outside. We were talking about fundraising, and I forgot to say that one of the most important things are the service providers. The accounting firm and the law and the legal, the law office that you work with, crucial. If the accounting firm is a new one and they don't have any experience, past experience with startups and investment and so on, you can't work with them, even if they are friends, even if it's for free. It's a waste of time because they don't know how to build a deal. Same with accounting and legal. Don't do it. Look for international. Send them emails. They want good entrepreneurs to work with, okay? And some of them, if you are good and you send good material, they will work with you pro bono till you raise money. So please, same here. If you don't have experts that know what crowdfunding is, and someone makes nice commercial videos here in Turkey, but he never did crowdfunding campaign, not relevant. Someone that is an expert on social media but never did in his life crowdfunding campaign, it's a waste of money. Okay? Service providers are crucial for your success as a startup. They will make many of the decisions for you. Otherwise, you're going to spend time, money, and you're going to do a lot of mistakes in choosing whether CLA or SAFE, okay? In choosing where to establish the company. Turkey, US, Cayman Islands, or something like that, okay? So please, even if it's for free, even if it's family say no, I will contact them and I will convince them by creating the best material to work with me to understand. And this is investment. By the law office or by the accounting firm, they invest their time in you, supporting you pro bono for free for now. They need to understand that there is potential future fundraising that you can pay back. It's like an investment, okay? And if I had to choose now between you guys, I will choose him because he was more aware, more sharp, he knew the pricing, and you didn't yet. Now you go home, you do homework. Okay? This is it. We have always opportunities, where to focus. And the opportunities, they have many, regular VC in Israel will see annually approximately 1,000 companies and invest around 8 investments, more or less. So imagine. Okay? More. A little bit about the deals, the structure, the venture capital themselves. How many venture capital exist in the region?
No.
No, there is 212, Ali. No?
There's Ali Karajame, there's 212, there's Aslanova, there's probably about 10.
10. Okay. It's okay. And angels, like super angels?
But mostly in Istanbul.
Istanbul. Okay. It's a flight,
Those numbers are depending on the country. I mean, the VC numbers here would be a regular angel number in Silicon Valley. So there are no actual VCs in Turkey, only angel networks.
Mm-hmm.
And there are two establishments, XVC or VC. Those are government incentive funds.
That's actually an amazing playing ground because imagine, if you bring from the automotive industry, I met this week, was on last week, I'm sorry, Ratan Tata, one of the,
India.
yeah, 1.1 million employees, huge company. They invested in a small fund at TAU 3 years ago. So he came to the university. He's a very respected person. And we had a discussion about opportunities. And you actually analyze that Tata came to invest in TAU because they had kind of a local partner that is from the same area. And as I said before, take the plus on the gap, okay? Take the plus here, use the strength of this triple helix, take, I don't know, construction company, and choose a construction company from Australia that has a private equity or a VC dealing with PropTech, property and technology, and try to match there. Try to create value there. Go from the strength to what exists outside in the market. Because the industry here may be relevant to invest as a corporate in some venture capital. Okay? But bring them partners that are already on the process. Okay? El Al, which is the Israeli kind of national or whatever aviation company, they have, I don't know, they are That's small comparing to Turkish Airlines. The best, they never won, and I would say there is the Oscar of the aviation industry, okay? They never won this Oscar. But 2 years ago, a good friend of mine that used to work with me in my office, he established Cockpit, which is El Al Innovation and Investment in Seed Level Structure in Israel. And he built a nice presentation, and he went out, actually just started working there. And after 2 weeks, they had the Oscar. So they said, let's nominate Cockpit, our new structure, to support and invest early stage in startups, as the most innovative structure in this world. So he went and he won the Oscar. He was just working with them 2 weeks, didn't know anything about El Al actually, but he brought a new model. And El Al is a small company, but they won the Oscar of Innovation. Yes, it's a brand of Israel. Yes, it was a good pitch. He had a good pitch, and the model was nice. But comparing to Turkish, why not doing it here in many other companies? So we need partnership. We need someone that comes from the VC industry. We'll find those. It exists. One more call that I had 2 days ago, Giza Venture Capital. They are not active anymore. All the old VCs that started like 25 years ago, 30 years ago in Israel, most of them are not active. There are new ones. And I spoke with Yuval, that he was a young partner at Giza Venture Capital, and now he's the CEO of a medical company. 5 years ago, I had a delegation from Madrid. And there was a big consulting, the owner of a big consulting group. He came, he listened, he was participating in one of the events that I have in Tel Aviv. It's called the International Business Week. He spent 5 days in Tel Aviv, met VCs and so on. And he met Mark from Spain, that has a consulting company, met Yuval from the venture capital. They started a discussion. On my talk with Yuval, I don't remember if it was yesterday or the day before, Yuval said, Oren, just to let you know, we closed for now $30 million. They partnered together. This consulting guy brought top CEOs from the Spanish industry. It took time, 5 years, but now they have 30 million euro fund in Spain. That there is Yuval as an Israeli partner and them. It takes time, patient. But finally, it's a big VC. It's not 3, 4, 5, 6, $10 million, and it's the start. And they will close $40 million euros soon, and there are more VCs. So this is building industry. Now, of course, they had so many challenges. So they had Yuval with them, and he's an expert. So you ran with them. He had a belief. He had a patient as well, which is not common in Israel if you don't have patience. But he was able to stay with them, to support. Finally, it was good for him and good for them. So I'm saying industry exists. Take some of the talent from Israel, from Berlin, from the US, and try to create this combination. What else?
But it is difficult in Turkey for big companies to open up themselves to these kind of new...
It's difficult?
Yeah.
So I will give you a challenge.
If I offer them,
I don't agree with you. I'll tell you why. Because let's leave the names. But less than a week ago, Shani knows, I had a delegation, big one, okay, from Turkey. They came to the university, really top people. I won't tell you, they don't understand in startups, but they understand that they don't understand. Okay, it's like as an entrepreneur, you know that you know that you don't know that you don't know. This is the biggest mistake. They know that they don't know. They came, they said, we don't know. We represent big chunk of the Turkish private sector. I'm talking about the head and his... And they said, okay, let's build something together. And I told them, you bring companies that are like top levels, we bring entrepreneurs. On my side, I bring the tech companies that are top level, you bring Turkish entrepreneurs. They said yes. They really said yes. With a contract and everything, they said yes. It's possible, it takes time. Now, it will take me 6, 7 months to build this process with them, but that's a big yes.
So to support that, I am usually visiting Maryland, USA. There's a center in the state of Maryland called the Maryland Israel Development Center, just to promote the trade and the entrepreneur and company exchange between them. So how come there's no such a center in Turkey?
There is.
Maybe it's not active enough because to me,
There is, I'll tell you.
nations are much more.
First of all, it's personal side.
Yes.
Shani is a diplomat, she can set the structure. Okay, promote it a little bit, invite Oren to do a little bit, we say in Hebrew, balagan, a little bit mess. Okay? It all stands in many other ecosystems that I've been to on people. If this is something that you saw and you would like to promote, just do it. Do it. I'm telling you, you're going to have tons of partners. I can throw partners of you from the Israeli side. Crazy people that they fall off the bed, they do entrepreneurship. They just shout on the street entrepreneurship, they don't do anything. So I'll put them in contact with you. Believe me, they will bring here startups, companies, anything. But you have to have people they would like to execute. Because you see something that is broken, fix it. It exists. And believe me, you have the support. And believe me, tons of Israelis would like to do business partnerships with Turkey. Tons of them. You need to set the right structure. It takes time. Also for me, it took time to build the structure. There is. It's about people. If you say, Oren, I'm willing to do something, you get homework. You start ruling. And you don't need much. You need 3 companies to focus. Don't take 100 companies. 3 companies. Are you looking for innovation? Work on your side. Yes, no, I'll give you models. You call the Israeli, give me models. You send it to them. Process. Possible. It's in your hands. You don't need government. You just need good partners. Did I answer your... you want to answer?
No.
What,
She should support actually.
She supports.
I will support anything, really. And don't forget that we had like 6 years of, let's say, not a lot of activities, but the fact that we have the R&D, industrial R&D agreement, and the fact that we have Oren here, and tomorrow we will have an official, Israeli official from the Innovation
Authority.
National Innovation Authority from Israel, having conversation with TOBB and with the Ministry of Science. It means that we have at least a start. So we are optimists. Okay.
What's more?
I have a question. For example, you mentioned that at the beginning you were not getting any kind of shares, but you decided some kind of other model for entrepreneurs that you are supporting. Are you changed that you are giving free support, or is the university
Okay.
something else?
No. So about my background, because I didn't present myself. Okay. So around 2007, I started thinking about setting up Entrepreneurship Center at Tel Aviv University. I was looking for a lecture related to entrepreneurship, and the only relevant lecture was from 2006. Today, we are 2017. If I will look today for a lecture, every day there are 20 lectures talking about hundreds of lectures. There is an inflation of content, okay? This is why you can have, some, for example, a meetup with the founder of Waze or the founder of the Flash Memory, and you will find 15 people because there are too many. And people will say, I've heard him. He just raised his company $1 million. I know. $1 billion, okay, I've heard him. It's very hard to attract tons of content. So I started 2007, started with students. It's not a top-down decision. It's a bottom-up decision that I did. It's not that the president or some of the VPs said, Oren, let's build Entrepreneurship Center at Tel Aviv University because we are leading startup nation. No, nothing. I went, I took a room at the university, neglected room, actually a shelter in the engineering school, the mechanical engineering school, which people look at themselves and they are becoming sad, okay? And I took a shelter there, a room of really 12 or 14 square meter. I came on Saturday, because the university was closed. I painted it on white and I put a big sign, that size, Entrepreneurship Center, on the room. Outside the building, I put this size of sign, Entrepreneurship Center, like huge one. Okay, and people coming across the university, now they see this sign, Entrepreneurship Center. Almost 10 years ago, they are surprised. What is it all about? Like good people, and sometimes I was sitting there alone, starting really to build the friends-family communication, to support me. I went out and I asked people, what do you think? How will I be able to support students and so on? Then I understood that I don't understand. I built the model, I had two partners, they left, they said, okay, it's a student issue and we don't have time, we are going to be an accountant. And then at the age of 2008, I decided that I'm not going to be an accountant. I studied accounting. I was supposed to be at Ernst & Young, EY in Israel, for high-tech department. And the department calls me and says, Oren, are you coming to your practice? I said, yes, Yossi, but I can come only 2 days a week, not 5 days a week. Says, what? This is, you're an intern. It's like you have to be and you have to work 14 hours a day. So yeah, but I'm building my entrepreneurship center, so I can come only twice a day. He said, it's impossible. So I said, so it's impossible. I'm not coming. This was the decision that as an entrepreneur, skin in the game, this is where I took the risk. Because my father, we are old tradition father, old style, is not high-tech and so on. He wanted to kill me. Okay, what is entrepreneurship? What are you talking about? What is this bullshit? I'm not talking about today that every stone you throw in a street in Tel Aviv is entrepreneur. You heard someone, what do? I have a startup. Different total atmosphere. No hubs, no ecosystem, no startup nation, no wired nation, no startup Chile, no you're big in Japan, nothing. Okay? So here's the risk. And it took me something like 5 years till 2011, 12 to get an accreditation of what I'm doing. When it happens when really Felipe, the Prince of Spain, there was a big unemployment issue, crisis, where to head and so on. And the Embassy of Spain, I get to know the ambassador, they came to the office, he really liked the model. He says we need something like that in universities in Spain. So they had a big delegation with Felipe and Leticia, his beautiful wife. They arrived to the university and I was stuck in this shelter. So the president calls me of the university and says, it's true that the Prince of Spain is coming to this. And I send him a picture. We will welcome him with peace and love. And I send him a picture the way my office looks like. And he says, no, it's impossible. So I said, I need money to reconstruct. And then I got an approval for money and support. And actually, sometimes I was a young entrepreneur at that time. I was 26, 7. To come and, Tel Aviv University, it's the biggest university in Israel. I'm not underestimating their decision at that time, but me, crazy guy, running and saying I will be the entrepreneurship center, I would also take myself in proportion. So they actually gave me the ability to run. They didn't say no. Not a big money support or something like that. They didn't say no till the outside market actually came and said, okay, this model actually works. This is how we can create good combination between private sector and academia. And since then, it became a very popular center and so on, grew up, blah, blah, blah. 2 years ago, I had enough of doing community things, tons of operation, because the really difficult thing is creating community. This is community. And when I said gap, I will go into drill down. This is the academia. Under the academia, you have the CIA, not the real CIA. The CIA is community, academia, and investment. Okay? This is a good ecosystem under a university roof. Okay? So my rule as an academia is to have community, investment structure, and academic structure. Okay? When I do this community, it took me 7 years to build a community. It took me 7 years to become one of the most important entrepreneurship centers in Israel, and today there are 200. To be so connected, to have the power to call people from the top companies to connect my startups. Takes a lot of time. Investment, when you have this, it's 1 year. You just need a structure, you build the right legal material, and that's it. You build a chain. Thank you for your time, Professor. You build a chain from the pre-seed area to the seed and the round A. So the last 1.5 years, almost 2 years, I'm building this, which is the TAU Ventures. The community side is called StarTAU, the Tel Aviv University Entrepreneurship Center. The investment is TAU Ventures. On TAU Ventures, we just inaugurated Rana Tanzania. I invited also someone from the Foreign Minister office to the inauguration. It was on Friday. It's 1,000 square meters, like 3 times this place, only investment vehicles. And the idea is to create a one floor that will do pre-seed, seed, and round A. So we start with small money, 30,000, up to 300, 400,000, and around $1 million in the same floor. What do? We actually focus on verticals that as a university we are strong. Because if I'm going to invest in pharmaceutical and I'm not that strong in pharmaceutical in studies in my university, I'm losing my strength. So we have Nano Center, we have the National Cybersecurity Center at the university, we have Brain. So in these areas I can focus and create also investments. So that's what I'm doing, is actually creating venture capital activities under the roof of the university, disruptive model. Because usually universities are not managing investments. They could partner, but they are not making a decision. So me and my partners are going to make a decision in a few months whether we are going to invest in Haluk or Meta. That's disruptive for university. Not easy to build the structure. It took us a long time to build the legal structure as a university because universities are non-profit and this is pure for-profit. But step by step. I hope it's not going to take me 7 years again. Dismissed? Thank you for your time. If I don't have any cards, then I don't have any cards, so. So it's Oren Simanian. And no, I'm not Armenian. I'm Persian. My father is Persian.
Syrian.
Huh?
Yeah, Syrian.
Syrian?
Syrian?
No, my mom is from Libya. All of Israel is a mix of, my wife is half German, half Polish. My son is like crazy. I don't know what's going on. What do we eat? He doesn't eat anything because my wife is Polish, no food. Usually the food side is coming from the, so he suffers. Shani?
Thank you very much.
I would like to thank Shani because she's here. She is the focal point. Really, and Shani, it's the third time. It's the third time that I'm getting invitation worldwide to come with Shani to places that she is actually doing activities. So actually, it's amazing contact point because diplomats, it's not about the vision of the country. It's about people. As you said, it's about people. And thanks to the Garaj guys for the host.
TTGV.
And TTGV, of course,